Hi everyone, my name is Mateo Vargas, and today we are going to talk about the commercial trade war between China and the USA. The world's two larger economies have been locked in a bitter trade battle. The dispute has been seen the US and China impose tariffs of hundreds of millions of dollars worth of one another goods. US President Donald Trump has long accused China of unfair trading practice and intellectual property theft. In China, there is a perception that America is trying to curb its rise as a global economic power. Negotiations are ongoing but have proven difficult. In January, the two sides signed a preliminary deal, but some of the thorniest issues remain unresolved. Uncertainties around the trade war have hurt businessmen and weighed on the global economy. What tariffs have been imposed? Mr. Trump's tariff policies aims to encourage customers to buy American products by making imported goods more expensive. The US has imposed tariffs of more than 3,016 of Chinese goods, and China has retaliated with tariff on more than 1,010 of US products. Washington delivered three rounds of tariffs in 2018 and fourth one in September last year. The most recent round targeted Chinese imports from meat to musical instruments with a 15% duty. Beijing hit back with tariffs ranging from 5% to 25% on US goods. What's next? Under the so-called Phase 1 deal signed in January, China pledged to boost US imports by 2000 above 2017 levels and strengthen intellectual property rules. The US agreed to halve some of the new tariff it had imposed on China. The White House said it will tackle additional issues in a second Phase 2 deal, but analysts said they didn't expect anything concrete anytime soon. Beijing will honor Phase 1 deal by opening financial sector wider, its central bank chief says. China will continue to implement its part of the Phase 1 trade deal with the United States and will fulfill financial opening up pledge despite worsening bilateral relations between the world's two largest economies. China's central bank governor said in an interview with the official Xinhua news agency, the next phrase. No matter how the international situation change, the most important thing is to get our own things done and to firmly deepen financial reform and opening up. Ji Gang, the head of the People's Bank of China, was quoted by Xinhua as saying on Sunday, "First of all, we will continue to implement the Phase 1 trade deal with the US." The deal, signed at the White House in January and intended to serve as a truce in a bitter and protracted trade war between Beijing and Washington, has turned into one of the most stable elements in the broad bilateral relationship as the technological and geopolitical rivalry between two powers has intensified. U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer and Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin, who led the U.S. negotiation team, are expected to hold a video conference with the Vice Premier Liu He this week to review the implementation of the deal. Liu headed China's trade negotiation team and is in charge of opening up China's financial sector as President Xi Jinping's top economic advisor. Beijing's intention to continue honoring the trade deal, which requires China to significantly increase its purchases of US goods and services and to enhance intellectual property rights protection, reflects the Chinese government's efforts to keep US-China ties from sliding further into direct confrontation. At the same time, China's purchases of US farm and energy products are far behind schedule, partly due to the coronavirus, making it hard for US President Donald Trump to brag about the deal as one of his major achievements. US Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden said last week that Trump's trade deal with China was failing badly, Reuters reported. Xi reiterated Beijing's promise of opening up financially, such as by allowing Wall Street's trading houses to have exclusively owned brokerage and fund management operations in China. In June, Beijing allowed Wall Street investment bank JP Morgan to operate the first fully foreign owned futures business on the mainland. Also, that month, China's central bank gave the final nod to a network clearing license for an American Express joint venture, allowing it to be the first foreign credit card company to launch onshore operations in China. Meanwhile, China's much delayed financial opening measures, some of which were promised 2 decades ago as conditions for China's entry into the World Trade Organization in 2001, are losing their appeal to potential investors. For instance, Xi says China is encouraging foreign investors to put money into the country's onshore securities via the Qualified Foreign Institutional Investor Program, a scam that started in the early 20s as a way for Beijing to vet potential foreign portfolio investments after having recently done away with financial limitations on the program. But the value of the channel has diminished significantly, as there are no easier ways to access Chinese stock and bond markets, such as the Stock Connect and Bond Connect programs that allow foreign investors to buy Chinese mainland securities via Hong Kong.